Welcome to Tarot's Landing, where we explore tarot old and new, the well-worn archetypes and the strange living symbols that still know our names. Settle in, take a breath, and let this be a soft place to listen. A quick note before we begin. Not every reading is for everyone. If what comes through speaks to you, welcome. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you feel this one drifting away from you, that's okay too. We'll be right here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Now, the energy I'm getting is threshold energy, that moment right before a choice becomes real. There's a pull towards something new, fresh motion, a spark of courage, but it doesn't feel reckless. It feels like learning when to step forward and when to hold back. I'm also sensing timing that's a little slippery, like the universe is asking for patience and precision, not force. And through it all, there's a steady signal, something dependable you can return to when the fog rolls in. If you're ready, let's see what's waiting at the edge of the next step. Alright, so our first card, sitting here at the very start of the row, is the Fool. And I really love this as an opening energy because this is the card of the threshold. This is that moment where something new is calling you, and it may not come with a full map, it may not come with guarantees, but it does come with life, it comes with movement. What I'm hearing very strongly is you do not need total certainty in order to begin. There may be a part of you waiting for the perfect sign, the perfect timing, the perfect explanation. And the Fool gently says that's not how this next chapter arrives. It arrives through willingness, through trust, through taking one honest step. Now, this doesn't feel reckless to me. That's important. This isn't saying throw everything away and leap without looking. It's saying let yourself be new. Let yourself be a beginner. Let yourself move without needing to already be an expert, already be validated, already be sure. There's also a freedom here around identity. Some of you are being invited to stop forcing yourselves into an old role that no longer fits. You may not need to have the whole story figured out yet. You may only need to admit that the road ahead is real. So for this first card, the Fool is asking, what if the next right step is simply the one that opens you? Okay. And our second card here is Closed Hand. And immediately this tells me that whatever the Fool is inviting you toward, it does not require you to give everything away in order to begin. That feels really important because the Fool can sometimes look like openness, risk, movement. But Closed Hand says, yes, move, and keep what is sacred protected. This card feels like a boundary card, a discernment card, a you do not owe full access card. For some of you, this is about not over-explaining yourself while you're stepping into something new. Not everybody needs your whole plan. Not everybody has earned your vulnerability, your ideas, your time, your energy. There's something here about letting a new beginning stay tender while it's still becoming. And I actually like this next to the Fool because together they say, be open to the path, but selective about what you share along the way. I'm also hearing that some of you may have a habit of giving too quickly, giving reassurance, giving labour, giving emotional access just to keep things smooth or to feel safe. And Closed Hand says very gently, pause. Let your yes mean something by allowing your no to exist too. So the question with this card is not just what are you holding back, but is what you're holding back wise protection or old fear? Because there is a difference. This card wants conscious restraint, not self-abandonment and not isolation. Alright, and now we have our third card, and this is Fire Sign. Oh, this changes the temperature in a really clear way. Because now we're not just talking about a new beginning and a wise boundary. We're talking about momentum. We're talking about passion, courage, visibility, and action. So where the Fool said, begin, and Closed Hand said, protect what's sacred while you do. Fire sign comes in and says, don't stay hidden inside the preparation phase forever. There's something here that wants expression. For some of you, this is creative. For others, it's leadership, speaking up, making the first move, saying the thing, launching the thing, claiming the thing. But this card really does say that the energy is building and it wants somewhere to go. What I love here is that this doesn't feel random or chaotic. Closed hand is still in the spread, so this fire has a container. That's beautiful. It says you can be bold without overexposing yourself. You can act decisively without giving everyone access to the whole inner process. I'm also hearing that confidence may not arrive first. Action may come first. Fire sign often says the courage shows up because you moved, not before. So this card is asking, where are you ready to stop dimming and start directing your energy on purpose? Because the path is not just opening now, it's asking for your full living yes. So just to pause and gather the thread of this reading so far, we've moved from the Fool, that threshold of beginning, into closed hand, which reminds you that a new path does not require overexposure, and now into Fire sign, where the energy is asking for courage, expression, and real movement. So the message right now is, yes, begin, but begin with boundaries and let your passion have direction. This feels like stepping forward in a way that is both brave and self-honouring. Let's keep going because I really want to see what comes next, what supports this fire, and where this path is trying to lead you. Okay, and our fourth card here is the left joker. And this is really interesting because it brings in that timing energy I was feeling right at the beginning. The sense that something here matters, but it may not be landing in a perfectly straight line. The left joker is the card of the near miss, the delay, the crossed signal, the thing that feels almost ready but not quite cleanly aligned yet. And I want to say very clearly, this does not feel like a no. It feels more like a not in the forced sequence. So if you've been feeling like, why is this stalling? Or why does this keep slipping just as I get close? This card says there may be a reason the order is off. Something is being tested here. Something is being clarified. And next to fire sign, I think the message is yes, act, yes, move, yes, be brave. But do not confuse urgency with alignment. For some of you, this is relational. For others, it's about work, timing, communication, a launch, a decision. But the medicine of this card is patience without passivity. Keep going, but stop trying to wrench the moment into place. So the question here is, if this delay is not a punishment, what might it be protecting or revealing? Because the left joker often shows up when the story is real, but the sequence still needs room to rearrange itself. And our fifth card here, the one closing the row, is Lighthouse. And honestly, this is such a beautiful place for this reading to land because it gives us the stabilizing thread running through everything else. After the Fool's threshold, closed hands boundary, fire signs courage, and the left joker's strange timing. Lighthouse says, you are not lost even if you are still in fog. This card doesn't promise instant clarity. It promises orientation. It says there is something steady you can return to. Your values, your inner knowing, a practice, a person, a truth that keeps signaling even when emotions and circumstances keep shifting. I also really love this next to the left joker because together they say delays are not the same as denial. The path may be longer than you expected, and the meeting point may not look the way you imagined, but there is still guidance here. There is still a beam to follow. For some of you, this is about becoming that steady signal for yourself. For others, it's recognizing what in your life has already been quietly dependable, even if it hasn't been dramatic. So, the message of this final card is keep moving, but navigate by what is consistent, not by panic, not by urgency, not by every passing wave. And the question Lighthouse leaves you with is what is the steady light you can trust to return to again and again while the rest is still unfolding? It was a pleasure doing this reading for you. Please subscribe for more readings.